because actually I'm not going to do a mukbang tomorrow, and I want to get this done. And Hyena is so full of blessings. Come here, my lady. Come here, my lady. Give the people some blessings, and we know who the special ones are. Come on. There you go. FBS, your mom got a blessing. Tammy got a blessing. Sylvia got a blessing. Brenda got a blessing. How many more people? Oh, she's in a blessing mood. You all get blessings from my wonderful Hyena. Since I'm an atheist, I don't believe in God. So I think you'll get a lot of power from this little Pekingese, just like I do. She's always right about everything. Everything. And now I want to talk about something I've been watching the last couple days. Well, actually, I've been with Patsy Gilton today because we've been having fun. We've been out riding four-wheelers, doing all kinds of fun outside stuff, real friends, real memories. It's wonderful. But let me tell you what's been going on. Oh, my word. Those stupid bottom feeders are a never-ending 4 years of denial. They're all cop callers. They all go real life. They all post pictures, and now one's trying to act better than the other and justify what they did because somebody told them. Nobody tells me what to do, and guess what? Nobody's went real life on me. Not once, not ever. And I've been in that sickening community for 4 years, and I've never went real life. Never talked about a family, a wife, but oh, how they get slip and slop and trade places. I've been in that stupid ass community for 4 years, not actually in it. Glance every now and then. And I have exactly 3 women out of the whole cesspool that I'm friends with. 3. Tammy, Sylvia, my dot, Brenda, and of course Jen. I will never abandon Jen, and I can proudly say that I never used her content and went at her when I could see she was in a bad way. I have never done that, and no matter what she ever says about me, and no matter how many times Maria posts my grandkids, which she did for no reason, I will never do that either, because it doesn't make you one bit better than them if you stoop that low. But the mob tuba, that's why I'm calling them mob feeders. Which one is wrong? They're just stupid ones, fellas. And if you want their nudes, I've got them all. Then you don't have to put up with them putting all your stuff out. You can just ask me for the nudes, give me some money, and I'll give them to you, because I've got all their nudes. They sent them to me, because that's the way they are. That's the caliber of female that's in that bunch. But they match right up with MobTube, because you guys are the same. Only I like to watch Joey Dimes, because he's funny. And I like that Tony Pizza's doing parodies now. He did one of Pull Stick, and he did one of Chicago Muscle. And I was very impressed, and I think it's a nice change to watch and laugh at somebody. I don't like the way he treats Leon, but I thought the parodies were quite funny. He's not no Joey Dimes by any means, because Joey Dimes doing pizza is priceless. It's epic. So I met 2 people in MobTube. Joey Dimes, well, Carlos too I like, but I haven't really talked to him. And I just wanted to say that all the bullshit that's coming out of Savage in the bee's mouth is a crock, because they've all done things. Every single one of those women have done things that I've never done. You know why nobody goes real life on me? Because I don't play. And you think it would bother me if somebody come down here and put posters? I promise you, Bambi, I don't know who you are or what you are, but if you want to put some posters of me up here where I live, or in fact, I'd like you to go about 100 miles farther outside of my town, because all the people in my town know me, I will give you a beautiful, beautiful poster, because I'm 72. I've been the head queen of Grand Saline since 77. So, you know, there's not a lot of new people for me to pick from. So if you want to do some flyers, somebody that's not going to mind and will be happy about it if you use a decent picture of me, I'm needing some new men. So that won't get me upset. Put your flyers up, put your Looking at my background, I have a sterling background, never been to jail. The last speeding ticket I had was in '89, never had a drunk driving, and I raised beautiful Pekingese. You can't find anything bad about them because you won't find it. It's not there. I don't put my personal problems on here for everybody to pick apart. It is what it is. I am what I am, and I just want to make it perfectly clear that all this holier-than-thou justification by any group of these stupid women, I myself can still have the FOIAs of most of them calling cops, if not all of them. And I can tell you about your wonderful Brooke that you think is so fine, and you can ask the B. When I was friends with her, which wasn't only 2 months or 3, first fight we ever had was over Brooke. I said, B, I don't care what you think, but Brooke is not your friend. She's not a friend to anybody. She thinks of herself. When she used to talk on the phone with me before the B was even in the picture, when she was still friends with Yahoo Boy, she knew that I found out where Siwa lived, and I lived right up the road from her. She would call me, and instead of saying, hey, show me where Siwa lives, I want to mess with her, she wanted me to do it. I said, let me tell you something, Brooke. I'm not going to jail for any of you stupid bottom feeders. You want to roll and take pictures of people's houses and do that? You do it on your own. Because I am not going to jail for any of these cop calls, and every single one of you women is a cop caller but me. I can guarantee you, if you roll up on me, there won't be any cops called. Period. I've been beat, tied in trees, had more domestic violence than all you women put together, and I've never called a cop. I wouldn't press charges. I wouldn't testify. I wouldn't do anything because I was brought up in a generation, and you mob guys certainly weren't, because you're all a bunch of cop callers too, every one of you. You all justify, well, if it happened to you, I'd have to call. Well, guess what? Shit's happened to me, and I've never called the cops. And a bunch of flyers being put up on me would not bother me. As long as I don't want it to say Predator, I want to say head queen of Grand Saline and put a picture of him. Of course, they know I am, but, you know, I'm getting old, and I've got a new man now. I'm not going to tell you his name because it isn't necessary, but it didn't take me long to slide another one right on in there because that's what I do. And I listened to that B going on and on about how she'd never done this, and she's done it all. How can she justify covering Jen for 8 months and saying she doesn't do that stuff? I've known Jen longer than anybody on here. Maybe Amber knew her ahead of me. And I have never betrayed the girl. I've never made fun of her. I've never used her. I know what she is. I know who she is. And I accept her as that. And I don't like people treating her bad. Never have. Never will. The first thing these mob guys do when they find out something, I'm going to run it on your whole family. That is so stupid. That's asinine. No real mob people do that. No real biker people do that. They don't mess with citizens, with innocent people for any reason whatsoever. There's never an excuse for going after a family member and posting their pictures. Never an excuse. If you have moral character like me, an atheist has a moral character, I know what's wrong and what's right. And I don't have to pray to God to find out. I know it. And I know it's wrong to call cops, call schools, call jobs, call SPS, try to get kids taken away, put family pictures up. I know that's wrong. I don't need God to tell me what to do. I know what's right and wrong. I was raised that way. I was raised to mind my own business. I've had this channel 18 years now. 18. No problems whatsoever. And I go political. I cuss. I say what I mean, and I mean what I say, but there's one big difference in me between all the rest of you stupid-ass women. I don't do all the dirty shit you do. Never have. I've had a chance to do it on all of you because you've all run your stupid mouths about me. Guess what? I won't do it. I don't even know who your families are. Don't even know if you have a family. Don't care. But I do know there are 2 dog abusers getting a free ride. Terry Land and Heidi, 6-figure gap tooth that she told her own story of kicking a poodle around, and I'll never forget it, and I've never spoken. And this is another thing I don't do. You bottom feeders have all been enemies at one time and all been friends. I want you to name one single bottom feeder that when I was done with, I was done with them. That's why you won't see me in no discords, no private chats, no DMs, because when I'm done with somebody, I'm done with them. There's no reason to speak to them again, ever, ever. None of you can say that. None of you, because the biggest fight Jules and me ever had was over Brooke. And the second one, when I left, was over Amber, after Amber had all done that shit. Now she's sitting on there where people aren't going to change. No, they don't change, so why don't you women wise up and just admit what you are? A bunch of cop calling, job calling, CPS calling, digging up people's info, digging up stuff on their relatives. Why don't you just admit that's what you are? That's how you live. You have no character. You have no integrity. Forget about loyalty. Forget about being truthful. None of you even do that. I saved a horse the other day when I did my mukbang. I got out of my car and I knocked on that woman's window and I said, your horse is about to fall down in this trailer. And she said, oh, I didn't know, blah, 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 like most females. Where are you getting all this women supporting women? I hate women. They cause more trouble than any... 5 women can cause more trouble than 500 men. But with the exception of the mob feeders, because they act more like women every day that I listen to them. The same old shit. We're going to do this. We're going to drive by your house. We're going to roll. They ain't going to be no rolling up on nobody. None of you dare to do it. Sickening. Roll up on me. And I do need some flyers, too. But I want to pick my own picture. And I don't want it to say Predator. I want it to say... head queen of Grand Saline, which I am, and I'm drinking my Snap right now. And I'm tired of everybody making fun of Snap, because if you judge by my age and how I keep my thoughts together and how I can say what I gotta say without playing a bunch of music halfway through the thing and act like I never did nothing wrong and I'm up on this high, there ain't none of you up on no high horse. You're all done stuff. All of you. I can't think of one except Sophie that hasn't. I don't know. I like John Yates, a moderator. If John did stuff, he was being provoked. And when he gets drunk, he talks stupid. Moderator 48's never done nothing. Ever. She's like a saint. And Jen is my Jen. And she'll be my Jen till the day I die. And I overlook stuff because I know she's manipulated about 98% of the time. So you women feeding off her content was making me sick to my stomach. And now you got Mikey in there acting like he's something. Any of you that can fool with him need your head examined too. And Minnie, I got some screenshots of you running your mouth. Not about me. But you're in there running your mouth about a flea market that didn't... FBS was actually talking about some flea market in Florida that didn't sell real stuff, genuine stuff. Well, you got a genuine Louis Vuitton off me, Minnie, Deborah Silver. A genuine one. And I am never gonna forget it. Ever. I hope that purse brings you the worst luck that anybody could ever have. And let me tell you something else I know. I haven't dropped all the goods on you yet. Because I don't do that. I don't believe in bringing partners or wives or whatever they are into the situation. And as far as I know, your partner has never said a word. Practically nobody knows about it but me. But does the song, I Kissed a Girl and I Liked It, does that stir up any little memories so you know what I'm talking about? You know that I know. And to me, it wouldn't bother me. But I don't feel like bringing the other person into it. Because they can't help it if you're an idiot. And a purse snatcher. And a backstabber. And I just can't wait till she backstabs FBS. I cannot wait. And it's going to happen. Just like all these women are going to backstab all you guys. If you don't give them all the attention and all of them make your whole channel about them, then they're not going to stay with you guys. They got to go yappity yap about each other. Yappity yap. And if me and Jules fought over that stupid Brooke, I told her exactly what Brooke was over a year ago and she wouldn't listen to me. And anybody that thinks you need to be friends with Maria is a total idiot. And I seen Amzie threatening to bust Muggsy's kneecaps, but Muggsy, guess what? She's threatened to kill me 3 times. And my daughter, and my granddaughters, my whole family. And then the next minute, she's crying and bawling. And then I seen her in Jules' chat going, well, everybody needs to get peaceful. Why don't you try it, Amzie? Gangster. You ain't gonna break nobody's kneecaps. It sounds hideous. I can't even listen to you. I'd rather listen to Britters than you. And I can't listen to her either, and I can't listen to Brooke because she's a scatterbrain. I can see her letting her car run out of gas. And Maria's just a total evil, worthless, done everything to everybody she can do. I guess when she lost that lawsuit, it might have calmed her down. And I heard that 148's got one on her, and I hope it goes through. Because they will all call the cops. Every single one of them, with the exception of Sophie. Every one of them. They've all done it. I don't feel like going and getting all them FOIAs, but somebody pulled them all up, and there's copies of every one of them being a cop caller. After they say, come up here, roll up on me, I'll hit you in the face. And if somebody comes, they're crying, and they're on the phone with the cops the next day. It's ridiculous. All you bottom feeders are ridiculous, and you mob feeders are too, with the exception of Rolex and Joey Dimes. And I'm glad to see that Pizza's branching off and doing parodies, because they're kind of funny. The one of Pull Stick was better than the one of Chicago. He didn't do Chicago that good. Pizza, he didn't get Chicago's voice or laugh right. But it was kind of funny. It's better than listening about all the stuff you're not going to do. Hi, baby. You like these people? What did you say? Trump 2024? You better believe it. You better believe that's going to happen. I know it. Anyway, this is my Tuesday with Terrietime on a Monday, because tomorrow, believe it or not, I've got to go to the beauty shop, and then I've got a new friend to run around with. Shelly's in town. Isn't it funny I have these real life friends that I really spend time with? It's amazing that none of you bottom feeders ever do anything. Ever. Any of you. Sit and dig stuff up. And most of the shit is so old, especially the stuff that Savage is playing on the beat, is old stuff that happened 2 or 3, 4 years ago maybe. And I talk to Jen every day, just for your information. Every day. And she's doing much better. And I hope she stays out of this game, because if she comes back in it, they're just going to pick right up where they left off, because they're desperate for stuff now. They're scrambling. They're turning on each other. And frankly, I spent a wonderful Labor Day today watching it and trying to catch up so I'd know what I was talking about. And it's unbelievable to me, the backstabbing and the DM reading and the text reading that's going on, where you can plainly see that every single one of them cannot be trusted. They've never changed. They never will. That's why they're bottom feeders forever. And Mob 2, you were the perfect community for them, because you were a bunch of desperate guys, I guess. If you're flirting with those women, you sure ain't got much to choose from. They're not going in any other of my communities. He's made that perfectly clear. Nobody is. Nobody will get in another one of my communities and make a fool out of me. But actually, I'm enjoying it. I am so happy it happened. I am so enjoying the whole thing. And what happened to Silo? You know one way you can find out if you're a fraud or a fake? Go on Angel Gotti's show. She wouldn't believe what MRE is. She wouldn't believe what MB was. She wouldn't believe what Silo is. You gotta be a little bit of judge of character, and I'm a good judge of character, but I fucked up with many. Big time. She wasn't no content creator, and I didn't fuck up on her, with her forever. I had my informants. And this strike, and now everybody's gonna strike everybody. Something I've never done, but one time when Lauren talked me into striking some woman over in Wales that I didn't even know, because she played my content. I don't even know what happened to her. I haven't seen her anymore, but I'm not a striker. I don't care if people play my content. Just don't slow it down. Play it at the speed it's supposed to be played at. Because I don't sound like a dumb dead drunk. I talk very fast and concisely. So I'm going tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to do a mukbang, because I'm doing this today, so I won't really have to do nothing tomorrow, because I got to go see Shelly. I've got to groom those dogs for seniors. You made me jealous, 148, riding those horses. I saw those pictures. You were rubbing it in my face. I really want to thank Sylvia and Tammy and people. I'm getting a package tomorrow, but I don't know who it's from or where it's from. But I'm getting a package. I have a new man. I don't know when I'll be telling everything about him or what, but it didn't take me long. And you know how I am. I go through men. Well, I don't go through them pretty quick. I marry most of them, but I'm not marrying no more. Just gonna use them for a while. They can use me and I'll use them. I got to deliver a puppy. I've been kind of watching that Russo guy lately. Kind of getting to like him a little bit. I may have somebody new to watch, because right now the only ones I watch are Joy Dimes and Pizza. And I did step in and see FBS's chat. It was kind of funny. I have to admit, reading those texts was funny. But I saw Minnie in there commenting her stupid mouth every 5 minutes, and that got me in a bad mood. I see Carlos around every now and then, but I don't go in those chats he's in, so I don't get to speak to him. But Carlos, I see you. So anyway, this is going to be a short live. Oh, and I have to show my purse that Minnie's never going to get. Look at this, Minnie. Pekingese Paradise from Friends. Something that you don't have. And another gift from Friends. Airplane to shoot my guns with. And a new billfold for Brenda. So I'm doing very well in the Friends department. In fact, I'm in a way better mood now that the situation has been straightened out. I guess it looks to me like Pool Stick is not going to be doing lives, the ones he's doing now. I don't really care about. So Pool Stick, it was nice fighting with you while you hung around. I love fighting with you because you were fun to fight with. You didn't go low on me. In fact, none of these stupid bottom feeders had, because how can they? The lowest one of all was Maria for posting my granddaughters, but that backfired on her. Because I was, what are you posting Terry's granddaughters for? She's never posted a kid or talked about a kid. Brooke forgave her for the horrible things she did of her father. All these women have absolutely no convictions about anything. None of them. They have all been friends and enemies at least 100 times. Not me. When I was through with the witch, I was through with the witch. Never talked to her since. When I was through with the bee, I was through with the bee. I never talked to her since. Maria, Ann, Amber. I never really got through with Savage, but I think she might be doing better. She don't sound like she's been drunk lately. But I just don't fool with people I don't like. I just don't keep egging them on and using their lives and trying to get them stirred up. I don't do that. And actually, there's nothing they can do to me. Nothing. Nothing at all. And it's a wonderful feeling. You guys need to shape up a little bit. Act a little bit more like men instead of whining girls. I'm going to call your mother up and tell her she can do something. And your brother, that's so... My God. That's even worse than the women. That'd be like some stupid person calling my brother up and say, will you do something about your sister? He'd say, go fuck yourself. I grew up with her. She acts like she wants to act. They wouldn't even entertain you fools. None of my people, none of my ex-husbands, none of them. They wouldn't even entertain you. You would get your ass handed to you real quick. So you're all ridiculous at this point. I'm not going to tell you where I go to the good communities. The Durkeyverse about done, because Durkey's down, Donald's down. So they're on that Word guy now, and he ain't even worth watching. So the Durkeyverse is about coming to the end of their rope. They're trying to talk about different stuff. Thankfully, I've had a wonderful life. And I want to tell you a little story about me and Patsy Gale. Story time, everyone. Salt mine. Patsy Gale, you've seen her on the four-wheelers with me. We both worked at the salt mine 45 years. And I don't go shopping. I hate it. So people like Nancy or Patsy Gale or something will see something they think I might wear, and they'll get it for me in a garage sale or something. So Patsy Gale was at the salt mine, and she said, Terry, I have some clothes for you in the back seat of my car. And so I knew she drove the rustiest, junkiest looking car. Had a window with duct tape, because the salt mine rushed her cars out. People don't drive their good cars out there. And I knew she had a real junky-looking rusted car. Well, when I started down the steps, I seen 2 junky rusted cars. And I thought, God damn, which one of them is Patsy Gill? Because I don't pay attention to what people drive. So these 2 car guys are walking down the stairs with me, and I said, where's Patsy Gill's car at? And they pointed to one, and I went over there, and there had to have been 50 pounds of clothes in the backseat of that car. And I said, oh my God, you've got to be kidding me. Surely she didn't get all these clothes. Some of them were kids' clothes, man's clothes. I said, this has got to be a joke. And I was pissed off, and I pulled my truck up. I threw the clothes in the bed of my truck, took them home, was going to take them to Clear Lakes and let the copper-burning meth heads pick through what they wanted and then take them to Goodwill or something. I didn't even really fool with them. So the next day, I go to work, and Patsy Gill says, why didn't you get those clothes out of my car? I said, I did. There was about 40 pounds of clothes. She said, Terry, the clothes I got for you are still in the back seat of my car. So I'm thinking, oh my God, what happened? So when I come back out to the guard shack, the boss from Penn State was there, an engineer, and he said, and they were watching a video camera of the parking lot, and it showed me pulling right up there with my truck and getting all the clothes out of that car. And they said, why were you getting the clothes out of that car? And I said, because Patsy Gill told me. But I just found out that wasn't her car. And the guy that owned that car was about 6'6", big, mean guy. Kilpatrick, I think his last name was. So he comes out there, and he just kind of laughed. He said, I was taking the clothes to the Goodwill anyway for my wife, but we couldn't believe you were getting them clothes out of there. And I said, well, I'm not a thief. I thought that was Patsy Gill's car. So anyway, I didn't go to jail or anything over stealing clothes. It was a mistake, but everybody thought it was funny. Well, then I went out to Patsy Gill's car, and they did look almost identical. They were them little Ford Escort cars or something, Pintos or something like that. His looked as bad as hers did, and sure enough, she had some clothes on her back seat, but they were folded real nice, and they fit me. So that's one thing that happened at the salt mine. It was quite a joke. And those cameras showed me doing that, and I was swearing. I was saying, God damn her, getting me all this shit that I ain't going to wear. I was ungrateful because it was a bunch of junk, kids' clothes, men's clothes, wadded up looking stuff. It wasn't folded or nothing. So me and Patsy Gale were laughing about that. We think of memories. We think of stuff all the time that we did that we might have forgot because we did a bunch of shit out there at that salt mine. The men that I didn't have, she had. We ran through them. Some of them, we double-teamed them. We didn't know it. We didn't do it together. But when we got talking, we'd had the same ones, and we'd compare stories. It's fun when you're retired, and you could... Well, I just can't say names because a lot of them still out there. They know who they are, don't you, fellas? You know who you are. So anyway, if anybody wants to bring any flyers down here to Texas, now it ain't going to be an easy job because I live in the ranch country. You're going to have to hang... I don't know where you're going to hang them in the town. There's no sense of putting them in Grand Saline because they know me. The head queen of Grand Saline, you're going to have to put some in probably Terrell, Alba, a few up in Mesquite. You know, it's going to be a chore to put pictures up of me. So if you just put them around here, it's a waste of time. They can go in my porn room, see me naked. They don't need to see a flyer. But everybody's making such a big drama out of all this, and it's all stuff they've done. They've never done the flyers before, but they've all threatened to pull up on them and do this and do that. They even call churches. The big dog killer TL, she even called a church. Tried to tell, well, that's about like FBS wanting to call that preacher. It's stupid. Quit doing it. Act like grown-ups. Act like you've got a conviction and some morals. You don't have to have God to have morals and know what's right and what's wrong. Should be either born in you or you have parents that put it in you, like mine. You don't do that stuff. Nobody does. If they're in their, well, everybody does in this community, but Sophie. She's the only one. Never seen post a child or nothing. If she wants to be friends with John Yates, she can be friends with whoever she wants to. I like John Yates too. And I love Moderator 148. And I'm sure there's nothing she did as bad as you women have done. Nothing. Ever. And get off the pain. I can't understand. I can't stand accents. And there's some, I tried to listen to you, Siwa, because you know I love going to sleep with your voice, but you had some person with an accent, and I could not stand it. I don't know if they're just getting so they can't talk English, or if I'm just getting so I can't tolerate the accents anymore. Maybe both. I don't know. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say about this commotion. I'm enjoying it. I'm just sitting back and listening to the hypocritical women try to blame each other. And they're all the same. They're all the same. So if you want to fool somebody or go on real life, do it to me. Because it won't faze me, I guarantee you. It won't faze me a bit. And I won't call and report none of you. I won't do no TPOs. And pull stick, I miss you. I don't know why you're doing what you're doing. You must have a good reason. Now I don't have anybody good to fight with. I'll have to go start a fight in that snake community, I guess. Get some of them guys mad, make fun of their snakes. Tell them I got snakes longer than that or something. I practically keep my mouth shut when I'm over there. My fish people are wonderful. I would never fight with any of them. My Pekingese people are wonderful. My Trump people are wonderful. In fact, I was going to stop at a Trump store when I went to Patsy Gill's, and it rained for 8 whole minutes here in Texas, and the solid pour was coming down when I was at the Trump store. So I didn't stop. But I wanted to stop and talk to those people because those are my people. And don't forget, people, Trump 2024. I have a new man now. His name is Paul. I don't go single very long. Nope, not me. Come on, honey, what's the matter, baby? You're a good girl. Anyway, folks, have a good Tuesday on a Monday. Come here. Why are you so blessified today? A lot of people need blessing. It sounds like they do. Sounds like they all do. A lot of them. A lot of blessings. I know. Lots of blessings. So anyway, goodbye, everyone. And don't come in here with your race card. The last time I did a live, some woman, I don't know who it was, come in and said, oh, you're such a racist and you got your hair in cornrows. They were not cornrows. They're French braids. There's a difference. So don't come in with your race cards. Don't come in with your triggers. Don't come in if you're going to get offended by me being a Trump supporter because I don't want you in here. I don't care. I say what I want to say. And there's my wonderful tattoos, so you can always identify my body. In case sometimes I get tired. Well, I probably would be all decayed. You wouldn't even be able to see what my tattoos look like. But anyway, have fun with your little dwindling channels and your dwindling views. But I did see the bee. The bee is good when she's on point and she's mad. She's good when she's goofy and high and playing all that stupid music. I can't watch her. When she's on point and making a point, she's still pretty good to listen to. And I love your parodies, Pizza. Keep it up. Just don't push your dog away like you did. Get away from me. Don't get in front of me. Be a little bit nicer to Leon. Pizza. You're something else. You're one of a kind. And Joey Dimes, I love your channel. And that goes without saying. And Rolex, I haven't seen you in a while. So you need to take care. And Carlos, you know how I feel about you. And the only reason I have been talking to you is because them chats you're hanging in, I don't like hardly any of the people in there, so I'm not going to come in there and talk. I stay out of chats where I see a bunch of people I don't like. You ain't been around long enough to figure these bottom feeders out. You will. Soon enough, you will. You'll realize they're all the same. All of them. So, ciao. I haven't shaken my pills in a while, and I don't have any. And for your reading, for your homework, read the Constitution, people. Find out what your rights are. And you can be very mean to people without going real life. Real mean to people. And you don't have to wear avatars all the time and not stand up. Don't show you I got my beautiful nails. My CUNT nails. For Minnie, especially. Minnie, I'm going to try to act like an old. I cannot wait until you turn on FBS. hi. You probably already are, but I can't wait. I can't wait, because he's not a real good judge of character anyway. He was friends with Pool Stick. That's one reason I got mad at him. And I got mad at Jules, because she is no judge of character whatsoever. So I leave him alone. I do my own thing. I run solo. I don't have to have any help. I don't have to run and tell no man anything or no other women. I just do what I want to do by myself. So, ciao. Folks, it's Tuesday.